The Black Americans think they are the blueprint of the beauty center to the rest of the world. Let's just stop there. I'm gonna stop you right there, home.
Excited to have you amazing viewers to another educational video? For that purpose, that's why we are here. For background, the video has started on a high heat, but I just want to give you a bit of background before we dive into this. Sometimes back last year, Tyla came out to identify herself as colored and not black, and that term didn't sit well with her Black Americans fans, you know, because they were like, we were called colored in this country before we were recognized as black. So that term didn't sit well with them. So this discourse is back due to this post that was recently made on Twitter. Let me let you listen.
Hey, you see, there's this post on Twitter that went viral, and they said black excellence in the music industry, right? The whole joke is that they made Taylor Swift black and they put her right here. But let me put my 2 cents in, and they also put Tyla in this, and Tyla's not a part of the joke. But this is why when she came out and said, I am not black, I am colored, people had a problem. Tyla is a beautiful colored woman from South Africa, right? She said she's not black, she's colored. She said this many a times. She's made it very clear that she's not black. However, she is marketed as black. I didn't see her with Afro puffs. I didn't see her with this and that. She not black though. She not black though. But she's marketed as black in America. So that's why people had a problem so much with her saying, oh, I'm not black. Because, oh, you're distancing yourself from black and a black American, but they're gonna market you as black when you're over here. Like, they're gonna like, everyone's gonna call you black. Everybody gonna feel like you're black, because black people have a problem with just letting multiracial or other racial people who are might be black, they want to call them all black, and that's just not the case. I just feel like this is a great example, because I made a video about this and everybody was up in arms like, Tyla is black, she is black, and she's not black. But you say, why do you care? It doesn't matter, right? No, what matters is, as soon as they market her as black, even though she's not black, is the fact that they will, all of a sudden, she's winning black awards, she's in black people's faces, they're gonna market her to us, they're gonna throw her all in our face. And that's not to say she doesn't have great music, shout out to her, she's great, but my thing is, they're going to market her to us like she is for us, like she is by us, and she is not.
But this is why I say this chat is very, very, very tricky, because by this logic now, what would happen is a black American could travel to South Africa, and if they don't meet our strict criteria of what blackness is, then we'd be justified in saying that they're not black. But that's obviously unfair, because we're applying our context and our understanding of blackness onto someone that wasn't raised in our South African context, right? So take someone like Solange Knowles, for example, right? In America, my good sis is obviously black. Like, there's no debate about it. In South Africa, if you don't know her, if you don't know her as American, if you don't know her context, we wouldn't automatically assume Solange is black. Do you get what I'm saying? But with South Africans, we understand that because you can't apply your context onto somebody else, you have to let them lead and explain to you who they are and how their blackness manifests, right? So we're saying with Tyla, what you perceive as appearing black, in the South African context, she's appearing colored. Like, that's what I'm trying to say. So what we need to understand about identity is that your identity is born from your context, from your environment, from how you were raised. So that means ideally no one should be forcing or trying to understand somebody through their own context if they weren't raised in the same context, right? I'm not gonna understand Black Americans or try to understand them from my South African context. I have to take their word for whatever they say the Black experience is, okay? So it's like, if they're saying the Black experience in America is like this, sure, I have nothing to add, thank you. Because I don't know what it's like growing up there. But with Tyla, again, Americans seem to be wanting to understand her through their lens, but we're saying, do what we do, except what the Black and colored South Africans are saying about the situation, because we're speaking about something that's specific to our context, and you trying to understand it through your context is what's causing the conflict. Because if I, as a South African, was like, you know what, people with 4A, 3C hair, they aren't black, according to my context, but I can apply my context to other people so they just aren't black, it would be a problem, right? We don't call colored or mixed people black here. So that's why we're like, she's not black. But yeah, it's tricky. If
you've not watched the video I dropped here about how the rest of the world views America, then you should be having a problem with understanding this as an American. So sometimes when you look at the world in our own length, like knowing that America is the world, that's where this problem comes in. So America doesn't define everything in the world. So you have your own way of looking at race, but also South Africans have their own way of looking at race. You had gone through that segregation not being recognized, but also there was apartheid in South Africa. So everyone has their history. So I would not really want to talk much on this, but let me let you listen from an American.
Peace. Meet Tyla. How do I know that her name is Tyla? Because
hey, it's Tyla.
That's how she self-identifies. Among many other wonderful things, Tyla is a South African colored woman. Not black, not biracial, colored. That's colored in South Africa and colored here in the United States, despite the fact that many Black Americans don't want to call Tyla colored because of our own negative association with the term colored during segregation. But you see, South Africa had their own segregation called apartheid. Apartheid was a white supremacist power structure. And in the context of white hegemony, there are certain social privileges that come along with proximity to whiteness. While colored South Africans are generationally mixed, one can be colored in South Africa without being the child of an interracial couple. So you see, if Tyla were to kowtow to the sensibilities of Black Americans and refer to herself around the world as a black woman, she would run the risk of offending Black South Africans who know and have experienced the difference between being black and colored in South Africa. Remember that race itself is a social construct, and there are many societies around the world. Are Dominicans black? Are Panamanians black? Are indigenous Australians black? Are Somalians black? Or Egyptians, Eritreans, Seychellois black? These are all questions that are often debated, but the answer all depends on which colonial context you subscribe to. Because ironically, you know who's not black? Black people. Because it was Dwight Mann who invented race in the first place and quite literally branded us these labels. Relax and remember, we all we got. We out.
That was an amazing sharing. So it's fine if you identify to Tyla as black in America. Or she's not biracial, that's what I would say. She's not biracial, but she's colored in South Africa. How do you want to identify her? I don't know. I don't know how you'd want to recognize her. This is something else that is still ongoing, and I don't know how long it's going to take. Diaspora war, it has arisen again due to this Tyla thing. Let me let you listen to this discourse out here.
The Black Americans think they are the blueprint of the beauty center to the rest of the world. Let's just stop there. I'm gonna stop you right there, homegirl skillet biscuit. Black Americans, let me tell you something about us. I've seen every single type of person from every culture indulge in Black Americans build. Yeah. When people coming over here for these African countries and they got their music and they trying to share the Caribbean, they trying to share their music. You want to know who got to like the music first? Black Americans. We the reason the music can even cross the border. Who you think like that music first? Who you think putting them on in America first? And they crying to get over here. Because once they know once they go mainstream here, then they really up, right? So let's not act like Black Americans have not built things from the ground up. We have an entire culture. Let's make that clear. The way we wear our hair, even the way a Black woman would do her edges on a wig. Let's be clear. The styles that these Black women, the Jada Waiter effect, because Jada Waiter, who she done influenced everybody. I done see so many, every race, culture, and from every place in the world that talked about some Jada Waiter. Who was she? A Black American woman. A Beyonce. Let's be clear. Let's be clear. A SZA. Black American women who have influenced so many people. Let's get serious. So yes, when these artists come over here to America, they want to market them to Black Americans first. Because we like them. They know they gonna do good. And y'all think it's an insult because she says she's colored. She says she's not black. So yes, when I see Tyla speaking in the same circles as Black women and she herself says I am colored, that's what she's claiming, which is a beautiful thing. I don't say there's anything wrong with that. I'm just saying, well, if that's the case, then when there's a Black woman award or there's something like that, well, let's just make sure that the Black women in the room get the award. Okay.
That was a hot take. Yeah, it was a hot take and she's making a lot of sense. So yeah, that was it about this video, guys. Don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comment section. Let's interact with the video, guys. Interact. Your thoughts matters here. We're here to educate ourselves. This issue of race, it's taking a greater turn. Yeah, it's really meaning a lot of things lately, and we're here for educational purposes. Your thoughts matters. Let's educate ourselves together. Don't keep your thoughts to yourself. Kindly like the video for recommendation, and also give me a share me out kindly. I appreciate you.